So my name is Derek. My producer name is First Official, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, born and raised.
We first met in 2017 when you laced the entire LFOD Alumni Cypher series. Now we take submissions every year from Beat Club Podcast, and the MCs pick their favorites. That's the first time and the only time that's happened. So congrats to you.
Yeah.
And then we got to know each other a bit better at the shift after that, when you did that. And then since then, it feels like you've taken off, dude. What has this been like?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain or describe. It's weird because I can't say it was like unexpected. I guess it's maybe a little bit of confidence to a degree, where it was just like once I made the decision to really do music full time and started to see my own progression in it, and seeing like people were, liking it as much as I felt like it could be liked. It just made me realize, like, keep working and opportunities will come. So that was my goal. And even more so, it wasn't even so much that I was doing it to make opportunities come. It just made sense to me. Like, if things are going well, then why stop? Why go back to where I was before when I wasn't consistently making music?
Do you feel like that was the key, just diving in and doing it full time?
I feel like the key was diving in and being consistent. Because this is year 3 of this kind of like stretch of me consistently making music, but the first 2 years I was still working full time. And to be honest with you, I feel like the first year is where I made kind of like the biggest strides and really built up momentum, because and like I said, this is while still working a full-time job, but I just had a routine where I just said, this is the time that I have to make music, so this is what I'm gonna do. And with that, it actually it fed me. I felt really good in terms of like the accomplishments of just making music, because another part for me is this is year 18 or 19 technically of me making beats, producing. But for like definitely the 10 years that I was a teacher, I didn't really do it nearly as much as I am now. So the feeling of like I'm consistently making music and I want to do it, and I don't feel like there's not any pressure. I don't have to force myself to do it. It just felt good, and then to receive the feedback that I did just made it even more valuable to me.
Can we talk a bit about that first year routine? Because I know what that is, but...
Yeah, so that first year routine was getting up at about 4:15 in the morning, doing a quick like 30-minute workout, and then for about an hour to an hour and a half, if I wanted to push it and maybe get to work right at the time that I needed to, I might do like an hour and 45, and I would do that every day, Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday to kind of make it possible to like maximize that small window of time. So I make my beats by sampling, so I would chop up all my samples pretty much for the week on Saturday and Sunday, so that I could hit the ground Monday. Like I said, wake up, work out, make a beat every day. That was the routine.
Get your kids to school too.
That too. And then just just the routine of like full-time teaching, husband, father. Yeah, it was, but I think, and it's weird, full disclosure. So this last year was a year of me doing music full-time. I'm actually going to be going back to a job this year. Music wasn't quite doing what I needed it to do financially, so I have to swap things out from being able to do music full-time this past year to having a job again and doing music. And the weird thing is I'm kind of looking forward to it, because that structure that I had, it forces you to maximize every little bit of time that you have. So I'm, as much as I thought before, if this were to ever happen that I'd be dreading it, I'm actually not.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you going to be bringing back that workflow, or?
the plan is to bring back that workflow. My day starts a lot earlier than it did that year. If I want to, and I'm going to need to do the workout really plays a huge role in it because it like clears my mind, and it gets me ready not only to make music but also to deal with whatever stress I have for the day.
So what type of gear are you using?
So I have a really basic setup. I have Reason as my DAW. I've been using Reason now for 14 years, I think, something like that. Actually, no, longer than that. I've probably 17 years, pretty much the entire time I've been producing. I started out on Fruity Loops, and then I switched over to Reason. I've been on Reason ever since, and then I just have a MIDI controller, 16 pads. I have a little keyboard and another keyboard that I actually, that was my main work piece that I had, but it wasn't working quite as well as I needed it to, and I wasn't really maximizing it, so I just switched over to the 16 pads, and it works for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Keep it simple. So I notice you use a lot of sample packs, and you're really good about citing your sources, which they must appreciate. And now you've got your own out.
Yeah.
So the latest is, quote unquote, a collection of original intergalactic compositions.
Yeah.
How did this come about?
So for a while, like you said, I've used sample packs, and to be honest with you, sample packs has been the other thing that's like really helped me out in terms of being productive in making beats, because it's just so much easier. Even though the process, the prep work, if you what have you, is the same. Like I'm finding a sample, I'm chopping it up, and with the sample packs for me, I'm using all the stems, the instrument stems, so I'm chopping up all the individual instruments. So it's just been super duper great for me to use. And I think from that, it was just because it just felt like a good thing for me to use them. I always wanted to create my own, but not really being someone that plays music. It was a challenge for me in terms of like even considering it. And then one day I was just like, I just feel like starting it. And I did. And I did it without any intention in terms of what I wanted to sound like. So the intergalactic kind of spacey sounds, I think that's just what was there. That was just what was, in my head at the time. And that's just what ended up coming out.
I heard that self-serve flip.
Yes.
Beast mode.
Yeah.
How does that feel, having people use your packs for a change?
So, when I made it, I initially kind of just threw it out to people like producer friends that I have that, I really respect, and just asked them, if you can cook something up with it, great. But I was really just looking for feedback, but I definitely did want them to make something, because that's like the ultimate feedback, like you said.
Yeah.
And for self-serve to do what he did, to be honest with you, I'm a huge fan of self-serve. He's actually the reason why I have an SP right now. He was the first person that I actually saw live use one. And from that moment, I was like, I gotta get one. It took me a little while before I finally got mine, but he definitely, like, when I tell you his style, to me, he's just dope. So for him to take, 2 samples from the pack and flip them the way he did was just like crazy for me. That's the main place where it is right now.
That's what's up. Anything you wanted to leave people with?
You should be here tonight at Nightworks. If not, definitely come and check out any of the episodes to come. It's a dope event for the Boston beat scene. Definitely come out and support the Boston beat scene if you can. I have some other things that I'm working on. I have a project that'll be coming out next month. And just to be able to be part of something, that's like a living and breathing thing here in Boston is a great experience that I can't afford to like step away from at this point. So I definitely will still be around.
Or we need you too.
Thank you.
Seriously, man, you're a rock out here.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything. I'm looking forward to the set. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you.